Hey boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to do a review of the brand new Chrysler GF Tier 8 Heavy Tank. I've taken it out one time so far. It was a Tier 8 match. I was top dog, and this thing is a flippin' beast. Oh my god. The only reason I actually got penetrated a couple times is because of not, I was trying to kind of flank around tight, circle straight, basically low, and he got a couple shots at my side. And I think he might have been the only one. I think I got pinned 3 times. This thing is a flippin' beast. I mean, oh my god. Yeah, but you'll see the replay, and I think you're gonna watch that and be like, "Damn, he ain't kidding." Um, haven't had it against tier 9s or 10s yet, and I imagine it'll still probably be able to hold its own. Gonna have to dabble that 2 key because standard round pen is only 198, which sucks, but your premium round is APCR and it bumps you up to 260. But let's go over this beast. So what do you get for your $41 if you go with the standard one, just the tank? Well, you get 1,500 hit points, which is pretty standard for a Tier 8 heavy. Get awesome armor, 152 on the hull front, and you get 254 of turret armor, and it's very well sloped with a small commander's hatch there. So just all you got to do is wiggle that. If they start trying to hit your commander's hatch, just wiggle your turret, or shake back and forth, wiggling your turret. They'll never hit it. It's not that big, and at a distance, yeah, most people have a hell of a time trying to pen this thing, and it is a side scraping monster. On the side, you got 101 on the hull and 127 on the turret. That's cool, these machine guns on the side. I wish the machine guns they had, like you had your main gun and machine gun 50 cal rounds, armor piercing would work, and you'd be able to go through lightly armored tanks and stuff. That'd be kind of neat. On the rear, you have 76 on the hull and 88 on the turret. So the turret is pretty well, oh, got one on the side too. Pretty well armored. The front and the sides of it are nice. It's actually kind of angled here. It's not straight up and down on the sides. It's got a little bit of an angle to it, and I think that's what helps bounce a lot of the rounds too. Yeah, I did some side scraping in the match you're gonna watch, and bounce, 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 bounce. Yeah, it's a beast. I love this thing. Well, I don't want to say downfall. It's got a pretty good gun. It's a 105. The stock rounds per minute is 5.94, so about almost 6 rounds a minute. This is the part that kind of blows in a way, is 198 standard penetration with AP. You can make it work on tier 8s and lower. Some tier 8s you're going to have to hit the 2 key. I had to in the replay. I haven't seen any tier 9s or 10s yet, but I imagine I'm going to play a few more matches in it. I'm just doing kind of reviews and stuff today. And, I'll probably end up shooting a lot of premium, but hey, it's got like 100 rounds. So it's not like I'm worried about running out. You get 260 penetration for your premium, which is APCR, which thank God it's not heat. Heat. And 53 for your HE. 320 is the average damage for your premium and your standard, and 420 for HE. 1901 is your average damage per minute, 0.36 for your dispersion, and 1.9 aim time. So the aim time is phenomenal. Dispersion's not too bad once you put a decent crew in there. I got mine down to 0.34, so I'm loving it. Oh, whoops. Oh, I like that. I like this emblem versus just being that like a little sticker, the way it sticks out. I wonder if that's considered like spaced armor. I bet you it is. God, this thing is it's awesome. I love it. So mine, on the other hand, is 7.04 rounds a minute. My reload is 8.52 seconds, which is not really that bad considering you're doing 320 average damage. Yeah, you're sending some lead down range pretty quick. Turret traverse is 25.6, which is all right. And the hull traverse is 34.13. So you got to be careful. You can get side, circle strafe. So you got to kind of be careful with that. The turret does rotate all the way around, which is nice. It doesn't lock it like a 45 or 50 degrees. It gets 6 degrees gun depression, 15 elevation. So you're not going to, unfortunately, being a rear-mounted turret, you're going to have trouble trying to work ridge lines. Yeah, because you're going to have to bring up basically the whole tank up and over the ridge to get a shot off, because 6 degrees of gun depression is not phenomenal. I mean, it's doable, but ridge lines are not going to be your best friend. My aim time is 1.78 seconds, so I actually threw vents on it and I went with gun rammer vents and vertical stabilizer. Yeah, that load time. I kind of contemplated going with coated optics. My view range right now is 397, so it's almost 400. Now, coated optics is obviously going to put it out over 400, but I just like the vents to give you that better because that helps with your dispersion, your aim time, your traverse, your reload. It helps on everything versus just one thing. So that's why I went with vents instead of coated optics. So gun dispersion on mine is 0.34. Average damage per minute on mine is 2,253. 2,253. Spit that out. It's actually pretty heavy. It's 60.8 ton, but you get a whopping 1,200 horsepower engine. The thing is phenomenal. Specific power to weight is actually very good for a heavy at 19.74. It doesn't feel like a medium. When I tried, and you'll see in the replay, when I was trying to circle around the low there and keep them on my backside there, it doesn't. It just doesn't have a pickup like a medium, and it's not a medium, but it's got good pickup and good speed. Well, good pickup. Top speed is 35 kilometers an hour. You'll hit that 35 and maintain it, no problem. Uphills you're going to get dogged down a little bit, but that's everything. Goes 14 in reverse. Concealment's only 8.44, and that's with 3 of my crew being at 100% on their first crew skill at concealment. Couldn't think of it. And the crew's at 116 and 105 on the commander. So concealment's not the best in the world, but it is a pretty good sized tank, so it's going to have a good, it's going to stick out kind of like a sore thumb, So, but it's pretty much got everything else going for it, so I'm not going to bitch about it too much. My view range is 397, which is pretty good with the way I got it set up, and signal range is 761. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some gameplay for you and some post-game stats. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we're in Fisherman's Bay here in the new Chrysler K Heavy Tank Tier 8. And yeah, I said this is my first match. Let's see how this does. See how this rascal, this beast does. Oh, check it out. I noticed the axe and the tools in the back there. It's kind of neat. But anyways, on this map, normally my heavies, I go right into the city. If I'm in a TD, usually go to the left. But I wanted to go into the city with this, obviously. And I was testing to make sure that the turret turned all the way around, which it does, but I wasn't 100% sure if it did or didn't. Oh, and I apologize if my hair is really messy. I forgot to comb it. Actually should say sorry if I blind you because of the sun coming off my head. It's the glare from the sunlight off the window there sees hitting you. So, if you need glasses because of watching this video and my bald grape there, I apologize. Me and the KV4 collide there a little bit. I think he had kind of the same idea I did, but I figured, I'll kind of go to the left a little bit so we can get unlocked because all that does is slow us both down. And he went down the main road there, and I kind of cut into the city here because I want to get up by this, right in front of this church, this building that I'm pointing at with my reticle there is where I wanted to go and do some side scraping. Well, as I get up here and I was going to start getting ready to side scrape, I saw the IS light up, and I seen the IS 4, or oops, I'm sorry, let me change this real quick, guys. Have it on the tanks there. Or KV4, I said IS4, I'm sorry, I meant KV4. KV4 took a shot at the IS and hit it. I took a shot and it bounced, but there wasn't really much for me to shoot at there. Saw the IS-3 kind of pop out. KV-4 put a round in him, and artillery put a round in him. So he's down to 816. Wanted to make sure on the left side I didn't have anything that was going to, put rounds in my side as soon as I come around the corner. But wanted to get around here. I should have stopped right there and put a round in that IS when I was coming around there. But I wanted to really test out the armor on this for side scraping, so I get her in the old side scraping position, and we go to town. I already bounced around from the IS-3, and I bounced around here from the IS just now. IS-3 actually hit me with an APCR round and it bounced, but they're just kind of spreading, and one went left, one went right. And so I'm able to take the IS out. And we're pushing hard too, which was a good thing we did, because it gave us time to get back to the front there. But the IS-3 puts one in my, let me pause for just a second, I think it was my turret there. I think it was this one right here. So he bounced that round, and I bounced the round that I shot at him, shot right there, and anyways, it bounced. So I wanted to get back into my side scraping position here, and put one in his lower plate there. I did switch to premium because I didn't want to sit here and play bounce-a-thon all day, but shaking back and forth. He did put one in my lower plate there. I want to see where he did hit it. And he was shooting gold rounds. Well, that's weird. He can't really say he hit top and can't really say he hit bottom. He hit right on that weld right there. Huh. Yeah, I took my motor out too, so front mounted motor, so that might be a little bit of an issue. Have to be careful. Try and hide that front plate. And yeah, so he put a gold round or premium round right through my front plate there. If it would have been a standard round, well, he's been shooting nothing but premium, but it was just him and the IS and KV2 that came this way. Oh, and the low did too. That's right. Duh. So I figured I'm going to go after the low. I want to go after the big cheese. Let these guys try and take out the KV2. Low pulls out, and he doesn't even, I don't know if he even knew we were over here. So I put one round in him there, fixed my motor and stuff, and he bounces one off my side right there. Excuse me. And this is where I was trying to see how well I could get the flanking, but stupid me obviously just gave him my side. But no, he still hasn't shot me a second time. Okay, so that one he did put in my side there, obviously. But I ended up putting, let me see here. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds into him to his one into me. I think when I hit him up here when he was coming across, so I think that must have been when I knocked out his loader. I believe it was his loader or gunner. Loader, I believe. Because his load time must have been horrendous because, yeah, I put 4 rounds into him to his 1 into me. He red stats too, but I mean, doesn't mean everything. I mean, a lot of people have, red stats and, they're actually decent players. Well, his win 8's only 119. I wonder if that was a bot, to be honest with you. I mean, a 119 win 8, yeah, that's getting down there pretty low. That's like bot material. That might have been a bot. But anyways, our poor OI was up on our cap trying to take on the guys that were coming up there on his own there, and the OI's got a reload of like 19 seconds. And they started getting on our cap. So it was a good thing that we turned around and we did and got back. But I told the OI, I said, hey, I'm on my way, and got up there as fast as I could. I thought he was going to keep cutting across, then he stopped and started heading, it'd have been, let's see, east, the Type 59 there. But here I'm on standard rounds, and I hit, let's see where I hit him. Well, I bounced. I can't tell if they ended up hitting his upper plate or his lower plate, but so I put it on premium because I didn't feel like bouncing another round on him. I wanted him gone. So this one hit him in the upper plate. I could tell because I aimed at the lower, but he bounced his tank like that, and when it bounced up, my round hit him in the upper plate, but it still went through. And I switched back over to standard rounds here because all they got left are SU-100Y that has paper armor, Rudy, which this will pound that, 3601. And the J Panther. The J Panther was standard rounds. 198 should still go through the front of that pretty easy. So I felt pretty comfortable just swapping it back over to standard rounds. Why waste AP rounds and money if you don't have to? Gosh, my hair looks so beautiful. I just had it done the other day. What do you guys think? Should I color it or just leave it natural bald? So, that was funny. I should be a damn comedian. Screw truck driving. I'm going out. I'm going to be out on the road doing stand-up from now on. But anyways, so there's the J Panther, and I didn't want to give him my side, so I pull up here, and he can't hit me yet, and face my front towards him. And I got I'm not even worried about the 3601 penning me. He's shooting me right in the side, and he ain't doing squat. So I could pretty much just say here, oh, the VK he actually penned me. Where did he hit me? Oh, he hit me in the back right there. Even on that much of an angle, see, I don't know if I can. Trying to see where he was, so can't go any further back. Yeah, so basically that was almost a flat spot for him. So I should have probably, yeah, I probably should have aimed it towards him a little bit more, but I think that was the only round he actually did put into me. So I get rid of the J Panther, and the Rudy took a shot at me, and he hit me with an APCR and bounced. VK, I'm just keeping my friend here. I'm not even worried about him penning me, but I'll just kind of move towards him, make sure I don't miss. So one more hit on him, and he is gone. So we're able to take him out, and we're up to 3,983 damage, and the Rudy's up there, and I'm not worried about him penning me either, because I know it's got pretty good ammunition, but I actually did miss that one completely. I thought that was the one I do hit him here in a second, but it does a critical hit, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, a critical hit. I think I took his track off. I'm like, oh, come on. But the last shot there, and we're able to get it. So, yeah, we ended up with 4,150 damage and 4 kills. So, yeah, and we bounced 2,845. Not complaining. I'm really liking this tank. Obviously, I was top dog, and it was nothing but the highest tier was tier 8s, and so that gotta really watch. Make sure. Whoops. Because that 3601H there was able to put a round right there in my back of the tank and the plate there. So, but again, I was not angled enough towards him. I should have been angled more at him. I was kind of angled more for being able to bounce the J Panther. And I didn't think he would have penned me in a million years, and he actually did. So kudos to him. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you. So hold right on. Well, this is the results of this match, and in a tier 8, yeah, this thing is a flippin' beast. Tier 6s and 7s couldn't even pen the thing in the side. And as you can see, if you do side scrape correct, yeah, you'll bounce a butt ton of damage. The IS didn't have a chance to pen me. Not a chance. On the low, I did he would have probably penned me anyways. Its low's got really good standard penetration. If not, I'm sure he would have loaded premium. But, I was just trying to kind of circle around him because this has got all right speed. It doesn't have, and obviously it's because it's, a heavy. You don't have, even though it's got really good, specific power to weight ratio, it still doesn't have the pickup like a light or a medium. So, I did have a little trouble getting around the low, but, I did probably take a few less shots from him, getting on his backside because, he was trying to turn just his turret, which I don't know why, but anyways. So, yeah, this thing's a flipping beast. I love it. I did go back and forth between premium and standard. I did bounce around on the IS3 front plate there, so I switched over to premium. On the low, I can't remember. I think I'm not sure. I can't remember if I went from premium to standard or what, but I did swap back and forth in between them. So, we still made a pretty good chunk of money. On stuff that was pretty heavily armored, I did go over to premium rounds, but anything that was, tier 6, 7, I just went to a standard round because 198 is plenty to go through, like Rudy, 3601 and a J Panther. IS, I'm pretty sure I used standard round. The Type 59, that's one of them I hit with a standard round and bounced. So I switched over to premium. I was real surprised 198 didn't go through the front of him, but could have been just a bad shot because he was moving. IS3, I think I did shoot some premium at him. Or actually, I only hit him once, it looks like. No, I shot him twice, so one bounced and then one went through him. But yeah, so we got a Master Ace tanker on that. Fire for Effect, Fighter, sharpshooter, shell-proof, master gunner, duelist, bruiser, uh, yeah, steel wall, and a top gun, or high caliber. I'm sorry. Well, I was two off from getting a top gun. Yeah, so gun does really pretty good damage. Got a 311 roll on the IS-3 and knocked out his track. Bounced two of his for 780, and he got hit for 505. Popped me knocking his track off. Hit the low 4 times for 1262. Knocked out his fuel tank, his gun, and his loader. That's probably why he wasn't shooting so fast. And we bounced one of his rounds for 320. Type 59 hit him for 286 and knocked out his fuel tank. The IS, we hit him 3 times for 735 and took him out. Knocked out his ammo rack, his track, bounced one of his rounds for 250. The J Panther hit him 3 times and took him out. Did 850 damage. Knocked out his radio and bounced 2 of his rounds for 640. VK3601H hit him twice and took him out for 539 and bounced 6 of his rounds for 675. And the Rudy hit him once for 167. I actually hit him twice, and one of them was a critical hit, which I'm like, what? But anyways, that happens. And took him out and bounced one of his rounds for 180. So he did 4,150 damage, got 4 kills, and the base experience on that, wow, it's actually really good, 1,310. Had 21 shots, 19 hit, 15 pen, 4,150 damage. Distance for more than 300 meters was 167. Got hit 16 times, 3 penetrated, 13 bounced, so he bounced 2,845. Damage 7, destroyed 4. Damage caused with our assistance was 505. Made 121,515 credits. After they resupplied the ammo and the consumables and fixed the tank up, we still made 54,129 credits. Now, obviously, that was, a tier 8 was the highest tank. Here, I'm slouching. I didn't realize I'm sitting in a chair. Oh, yeah, I'm in a hotel again because my truck. So I went from Michigan to Wisconsin, dropped a load of salt off at Home Depot, Menards. Went to Sargento up in Wisconsin, picked a load of cheese up, and I'm heading to California, but I needed to stop at the shop in Iowa and get a tire fixed. Well, I got into the shop and come to find out the seal on the one of the tires in the back was leaking oil, so they're going to replace that. They're going to replace 4 of the tires instead of just 1, which is cool. And it had some radiator fluid leaking in the back on some like radiator coolant pipes or something, so they're going to replace those too. So they put me in the hotel for the night. So I got to buy the Chrysler K and get to test it out. I'm going to do I think I'm going to dedicate tonight to doing just replays, gameplay review, try and get it done. Well, I don't want to say get it done, but do as many as I can now, because like I said, I'm heading out to California, and when I get out to California, it just goes downhill from there. When I get out that way, just internet sucks, my connection sucks. It's hard I can barely get on to play tanks. So if you don't see me for about a week and a half, that's why. Because I'll go from California, and they'll probably shoot me up to Washington State, and that gets even worse. And then I'll come back over east and drop a load off. I'm only staying out 3 weeks instead of a month this time. It's just missed my kids quite a bit. And, it's getting harder and harder to leave. Every time I leave, I just don't want to leave. Obviously I got bills to pay, so don't really have a choice. But if I could, I'd just stay right in Traverse City where I live and just get a job working at a local place there. And just say the hell with truck driving. I'm telling you, if you're looking at going out on the road and truck driving, don't have kids, don't have a wife. It's just, well, I don't have a wife, but I've got kids. I see people that do this, and they make good money. You make really good money doing this, especially if you're an owner-operator, which I did that for almost a year. And then my semi-truck took a big shit out of me after sinking about, probably close to $35,000, if not more, into it, because it kept breaking down. Parts kept breaking. Oh, and I just kept replacing it and replacing. I mean, my checks started going specifically to keeping the truck on the road, and that really sucked. I wasn't making money with it, but it was a walk-away lease, so I walked away. I said, "You can take your piece of shit truck and drive it into the lake, and that's about what it's worth." Um, so I started working for this company. I've been with them for about 8 months now, I think. It's all right. Obviously it doesn't pay. I mean, when I was an owner operator and I wasn't sinking all my money back into the truck, I was making $3,000, $4,000 a week. Every check, 3 grand a week. I walked into Best Buy with my kids and bought them three new iPhone 6s Pluses, the big ones there, and bought myself one, paid cash for them. After about 3 months, the truck just started falling apart and just yeah, it just went downhill from there with that truck, and I just couldn't. I mean, literally, I would work a week to pay for the parts that I needed to keep it on the road. And the last thing that broke on it, they wanted almost 5,000 for it to get repaired, and I said, no, I'm done. I am done. Yeah, if you drive a semi, it's not like your car where you go in and pay 150, 200, $300 for, a repair. If it's a semi, you go in, you're gonna walk out of there with about at least a 2,000, at the minimum a $2,000 bill, easily a $2,000 bill. And I mean, mine were more like $5,000 and $10,000 bills. So yeah, it's just if you're going to do it, make sure you buy a brand new truck that's got a good warranty. Don't do these lease purchase to buy. It just, no. If you do that, make sure you do like I did and have a walkaway lease so you're not stuck with it. Because if I didn't have done that, I could have walked away, but I'd still be paying for a truck that is a piece of shit. So make sure it's got what they call a walkaway lease. Um, yeah, but if you got kids and a wife, don't even think about going out on the road. If you got just a wife, maybe you can talk her into going out on the road with you. I see a lot of married couples and couples that are just boyfriend, girlfriend out on the road, and they'll, take their rental, they'll turn it in, they'll just live out on the road, and they have no bills other than their cell phone bill or whatever, credit card bill, and they can make some buku money. But if you're, she's not willing to do that, and make sure you talk to her obviously first. But if she's not willing to do that, don't do it. That will ruin your relationship bigger than shit. I mean, you'll be separated if you're dating, and if you're married, you'll be divorced before you know it. Because most of these companies want you to go out for a minimum of 2 weeks. I go out for a month at a time. But I'm to the point now that I just absolutely, it kills me when, I get home on Thursday or Friday and I'm just, all pepped to have fun with the kids and I get them for the weekend and, we do everything together. And then, Monday I got to drop them off at school and it just kills me, to have to say goodbye to them and go back out on the road. So, yeah, I think I'm getting to be about done doing this here pretty quick. I'm waiting for my stuff from the VA to come back, and I'm praying it comes back here really soon. So, anyways, not to get sidetracked, but if you get the money, yeah, pick one of these bad boys up. It is very well worth it. I went with the cheap version, just the tank itself, and I put a crew in here from my artillery since I don't have my artillery anymore. That's why it's got camouflage, camouflage, camouflage. But yeah, so it's well worth it. It's worth every penny. This tank so far, obviously, standard round sucks at 198 pen, but dab the 2 key and that bumps you up to God, 3 something. Yeah, 300 and oops, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number there. 260 penetration, and it's APCR. It's not heat. So, and this thing, it's a frickin' beast. But anyways, if you want to pick one up, I would definitely do it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.